Okay guys, so here are the #1 tools I keep on me daily as a commercial electrician. Of course, got the Milwaukee Impact and drill and Sawzall. All three 18 volts. I recommend the 12. I was not told this, and these are just too bulky and heavy and not comfortable to wear all day. I have a Klein multimeter. The multimeter is a clamp type, and it does a very good job of basically just ohms, because that's about all we do for pulling wire. So up next we have all the bits. I love these Bosch bits. The box is really nice and easy to open and has space for lots of different types of bits. It works super well. Highly recommend Bosch bits. And then we have Klein bits. These are just a few specialty bits that's like your nut drivers and your squares, and even a little chipper bit that I put in there for Tapcons. Works pretty well, and I was actually given this. I wouldn't have bought it. Got my speaker, magnetic Klein speaker. Gotta have that. We have a 100-foot tape measure. Now this is just a small one, and I use this for measuring off wire because it's actually soft, so you can just pull it along with the wire or even shove it through a pipe if you have to measure things. Works super well, and the handle is geared up, so it's super fast to reel in. Next we have safety glasses. Safety first, always. You want to get yourself a good set of screwdrivers, Klein or Milwaukee or Wera. All of those are the best brands in my opinion, but I like these Milwaukees. They're very durable. And you want at least 2 Phillips, a large and small, and then probably all 3 flatheads, because you need a large one to beat on things, a normal one to use, and a small one for those little tiny fasteners. And then we just have the 11-in-1 that has all these different bits in it that I carry on me daily. This is a Klein. You can get about any of them. These are not something you're going to depend on daily, so you don't have to get the best quality. Even Harbor Freight makes a decent one. A file and a level. So these are for pipe laying. This file is a $3 file from Harbor Freight. Works just fine, and it's for the bigger pipe that your reamer doesn't work on. So you need a half round. You can ream the inside of the pipe with the round side and the outside with the flat side. And then we got a level, and of course this is a Milwaukee. I like this because it has very strong magnets, and it's small enough it fits comfortably in my back pocket. For the pliers, of course, you have a lineman. These have built-in crimper, which I don't ever use as a commercial electrician, but it's nice for automotive stuff, which I do on occasion. Next we have a pair of tin snips. I like the Crescent, but Milwaukee makes better ones, and they're all going to be about 20 bucks. So just go ahead and either save up if you have to, and get Wiss or Milwaukee. Those are the best. Don't get cheap ones because they'll hurt your hands. Let's see what we have next. The old Klein wire strippers. These are the bull nose. I recommend having the bull nose and needle nose because it depends what you're doing or what you're working on. These used to be really nice, except I burnt a hole in it when I bit into a live 120 wire. You can see these also have the crimpers and screw cutters built in. Next, channel locks. I love these vice grip ones, but I always keep my Harbor Freight ones on me as well, because a lot of times you need 2 to tighten up couplers and stuff. And I really like these type that have the button. That's just my favorite style. And of course we have the big cable cutters. A lot of guys don't carry these, but a lot of guys are also using mine. So I recommend getting some of these if you have the budget. Next is Allen wrenches. Do not buy these Husky Allen wrenches. These are terrible. I recommend the Harbor Freight ones, or just something that, like the Greenlees, I think they are really good because they have a metal handle. You don't want these separate ones like this. They just get lost. Nut drivers. You really don't need these. You really don't need these. If you have a socket set, you can get away without these. Most guys have these, and we barely ever use them. I would recommend either just getting some wrenches or adjustable wrenches or channel locks. Just about anything but these. I hate them. I really don't like them. But I have a whole set of them. Right here, we have, of course, dikes. You have to have dikes. You know, I use all these Harbor Freight Doyle pliers. They're about 20 bucks a piece, and they work really well. I like them a lot. They don't last as long as like Klein's do, but the edge stays very sharp. The hinge is usually what gives out, but the edge stays very sharp, and that's the most important part. A hole saw. I recommend just like a 1.5 inch or 1 inch hole saw. That'll get you through most thing for 3/4 inch pipe laying and stuff. That works, you know, that's just about what you need. Next, we have insulated screwdrivers. These are insulated nut drivers. I don't really need them, I just found them really cheap. And I highly recommend you get an insulated, like a square and a flathead, just for working on panels, and maybe even an insulated pair of needle nose pliers. On to needle nose pliers, I have them right here. These are Milwaukee needle nose pliers. They're terrible. Do not buy these. Save your money. And I mean, like, literally save money, because these are expensive. And buy the Harbor Freight Doyles. They're just really good pliers. I like them a lot. Or if you have the budget, Kleins. And random garbage in the bottom of my tool bag, along with a phone charger. Of course, you need a phone charger. Now, right here, this is a numbers. If you're not an electrician, you've probably never seen one of these, but these are little number stickers. You stick them on a wire, so that way you know what circuit number it is. And of course, it's just the same number over and over, 0 through 45. And you can get also 46 to 95, I think, for, you know, that way you'd have 2 books for 2 higher circuits. So you can go all the way up to like 100 and something. Now, I also like to keep on me an Uglies book. You really got to have one of these. I never actually opened this, but that's my own fault, and kind of the company I work for doesn't tend to do that kind of thing. We just go off the prints or off a journeyman who just has it memorized. That sucks. You really, really need to learn your code. That is the most important part. A lot of grief for keeping my own pipe bender on me. I just like to have my own pipe bender. This is an aluminum head, so it's just a little bit nicer, and plus I'm used to it. See, I'm not great at pipe bending, and so I've got all of my multipliers marked out and everything, and it's just super easy to get used to something if you just have the same one every time. And pipe bending is a complicated skill. It's really good to have. So, of course, I have my mud boots. These are just high top waterproof, like insulated boots. Great in the winter, great if you have to dig. I highly recommend having a pair, even a cheap pair, but the better they are, the better off you're going to be. I even have, that was a 3/4 inch, the blue one there, and this is the head 1/2 inch. I need to make a handle for it. I haven't yet. And of course, I have all my copper scraps. It may not be legal, but I'm going to be scrapping those and getting a little bit of cash out of it. Now, this box is kind of just a more general junk box. I have my high vis in case I decide to wear not high vis for one day. I have warm gloves. I have my harness. I have a timing light for messing with my car. Some first aid. And more warm gloves. Earplugs, glasses, PPE. More gloves and hand warmers. So, yeah, just kind of junk. I got some duct tape in here. All that stuff that you're going to want every once in a while. Now, a quick tip, if you're watching this video, you're probably an apprentice. So, this is going to come in your bag of wire nuts. I love these things, they're awesome, but do not let anybody see you using them. Because what this is you put it in your impact, and you use it for driving your wire nuts on. It's great, but if you're not careful, you can actually tighten them up way too much, and then everybody's going to hate you. And they're going to hate you anyways, just because it's... Don't use these things. I drive a junky car, and most people, construction workers, drive junky cars. It's good to have yourself a decent pair of jumper cables. So in my Klein bag, I also carry marking paint for dirt work and painting, like my shovel and anything like that I get out. I'll just go ahead and throw a couple lines on it or whatever, so I know it's mine. A funnel, you know, good for working on your car, good for all kinds of stuff. Of course, more marking paint. Rust stopper. Do not use this on your hand tools. Actually, that's something I forgot to cover. So, always you're going to want a hot stick, multiple hot sticks. I would buy just the ones from Harbor Freight. They're like $4 or $5 and they work just fine. I haven't had a single issue with them. This is gun oil. That's what I use on my pliers. And in these little Velcro pockets, I keep extra knife, apparently. I never opened those. Okay, and that one I've got a flashlight. doesn't work. Now, of course, I have my Fuel Shark. It's a little bit worn out, but this helps your mileage a ton. If you see any of these online, buy them immediately. These are an absolute lifesaver for when you're driving a lot of miles. I use them in my 78. Of course, it's carbureted, but I'm mostly using it in this car. Now in the back seat, because I have no friends, I keep an emergency backpack. Just has anything I could need if I break down on the side of the road, including a road flare. I found that. I was like, that's going to be pretty cool if I do break down. I have my backpack for school because I'm actually going to school for my license. So I have my code book and various other media for information. Second pair of boots, not actually mine, my hard hat. And of course, on my hard hat, I have attached a little flashlight. That's pretty awesome to have. Klein makes a hard hat with the flashlight built in. I recommend that, but they're a little bit expensive. And of course, I attach these little things to it for holding pencils and markers. Got my high-vis coat. My company gave me that. Those are awesome. Highly recommend those. And one of these Harbor Freight sells these. You just plug them into your spare sockets, and it's a super bright little flashlight that just stays charged all the time and in your car. Can't beat them. Now, as every construction worker will know, your front seat is your trash seat. Taco Bell wrappers, Rain-X and car cleaner, coffee cup, pencils and markers and flashlights and pry bar and tape measure and empty water bottles, duct tape, and earbuds. You gotta have your earbuds. And you'll notice all my tools are super ugly. I put tape and marker and everything all over them. It's because people don't steal them. I have everybody I work with has stuff stolen. I don't. Can't imagine why. Looks like I have garbage. And yeah. My car is a piece of junk. How'd you find? For the tool bag I use, this is a Harbor Freight Hercules 17-inch bag. And it does not come with a shoulder strap or anything. And I have about 40 to 60 pounds of tools, depending on what I have in here. And it gets very heavy carrying it by this one handle. You can see I've taped it all up just to make it grippier. But I can't really recommend this. I like the Klein ones. This is a Klein actually right here. I don't use it because it's too narrow and it tips over. You want something that's going to be stable, but something that's not too deep so you lose stuff in it, but something that's going to be durable, but something that has a shoulder strap. There's a lot of stuff, but you'll just probably have to make mistakes like I did and learn your way through it, because there's just so many mistakes to be made. Like, this is a good bag. It'll get me by. I've been using it for a long time, and it's not bad. It's just not quite what I want, and I'll probably be replacing it.